Hey, boys and girls, and welcome to today's math lesson. So today is actually going to be pretty short and sweet. So our ELA lesson was a lot longer today, and our math lesson is going to be pretty short and sweet. We've been talking about time this week and last week. We've been talking about telling time to the hour, time to the half hour. To get us started, we're going to watch a quick video. It's a fun little song about telling time. It does go into telling time with all of the minutes, but for first grade, you only have to know telling time to the hour and telling time to the half hour. Then I'm going to show you some cool interactive clocks, and I'll send the links to you in the announcements page that you can practice on. And that's about it. We're going to go over a couple examples together, and then you'll have your activity. But I'm pretty much rocked and rolled that you guys understand time. We will practice it again in small group tomorrow, as well as next week, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to turn off my camera just because I do think it helps with the video graphics, but I'm still here. So let me grab this piece here.
Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The last number it went by is the number 5. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. Each line equals 1 minute, so the time is 5:06. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. 9's the last number it went by, so the hour hand points to 9. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It's pointing right at the 5, so the time is 9:25. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. Then count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Stretch out the hour hand, see where on the clock it lands. The hour hand lasts past the 8, so the hour of time is 8. Stretch out the minute hand, see where on the clock it lands. It points to 4 precisely, so the time is 8:20. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. The hour hand is shorter always. It goes around the clock twice each day. First time round is AM, the second time it's called PM. AM starts at midnight's moon and continues until noon, so we call noon 12 PM, and it goes till 12 AM. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. To count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. We count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes on each clock we see. We count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes on each clock we see. Every number the hour hand goes by represents 1 hour of time. We count the minutes out of 60, and you'll be telling time with me. Visit numberrock.com for exclusive content, lesson materials, and more. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Alrighty. Now I am going to turn on my screen for this part, but I want to show you a couple different interactive clocks, and I will link these in the announcements page for you to practice with. And I'm also going to link another math another math like link page, and I'm going to link a Google Doc with a bunch of different interactive tools on it. So the first one I want to show you is this one. So this clock, what's really cool about this is you could practice if you move the hour hand, see how fast the minute hand moves. On a clock, typically though, the minute hand is what moves and then the hour moves with it. But you could practice moving the minute hand and then seeing that the hour hand, this is 5:30 because it had just been 5 o'clock, and then as it moved around, it's now 5:30. It's not the 6 yet. It's halfway between the 5 and the 6. So again, this is another great way to practice. It says I've been 21 hours and 32 minutes because what you could do is you could literally find the time right now. So the time right now is actually almost 5:30 p.m. So if I reset it here, I could keep practicing as I'm going around the clock. There's 6 o'clock, that's 30 minutes. If I go to 6:30, that's now an hour, okay? So remember, if I'm going around the clock here, 7 o'clock all the way until 8 o'clock would be an hour. But 7:30, okay, here's 30 minutes here, that's not an hour. 30 more minutes, that's an hour, okay? So another little trick to practice might help you for second grade. Okay, let me go back. Let me show you the next one. So the next one is, I believe this one. Yep. Okay, so this one's cool. This one's kind of like a game, I believe. So you can tell time to the hour or to the half hour. So I'm going to do to the half hour because that's what we talked about. But if you'd love to challenge yourself, you could do it to the quarter hour, which that means it's going to be at the 12, the 3, the 6, or the 9, or 5 minutes, and that's going to be everyone, or it could be minute to minute. But I'm just going to do half hour. I'm going to start. You see it's going to play a little game. And then you'll have to click on which time it is. So it's pointing directly to the 6, the minute hand, and the hour hand's between the 9 and the 10, but it's not quite at the 10, so I believe it's 9:30. Little game for you to play. Nothing, nothing crazy, but it's another tool you can use to practice. So this one it's in between the 11 and the 12, and it's pointing directly, the minute hand's pointing directly to the 6. So it's not 12:30 because it's not quite at the 12 yet, but it's 11:30. Sorry, I have something in my eye. And then it'll do it again. Okay, now I will show you, I'm going to pretend to get this one wrong. So I see that it's in between the 1 and the 2. It must be 2:30. Oh no, I lost points because I got it wrong. So it must be 1:30. Okay, I got those points back. No worries. Okay, but this is another tool, another little game for you to use to help you with your learning. Okay. Then the last one I have, or this one, that was the little game. And then there's also this one right here, which is another interactive clock. And you can, again, move the minute hands and the hour hands. So you can move them again just to kind of show, where it's moving. Now it says on here, so like, see it says dashed lines here. You could make them a different color. You can make the clock a different color. Okay, you can turn off the dash lines if you really want to practice moving that minute hand and making sure that hour hand is exactly where you want it to be. You could not have it, but the dash line would help you see that as you're moving the minute hand around the clock, like see right now, this is 8 o'clock. So the 8 is pointing directly to, or the hour hand's pointing directly to the 8 and the minute hand's pointing directly to the 12. Now though, if I kept going around, I'm halfway past 8. So it's halfway in between 8 and 9. So just another tool to use, okay? So again, just another tool, something else to use. But this is this tool. And again, all of these links, I'll link them in the announcements page tomorrow. But that is basically it. I'm not going to go over a ton of half hour and hour hand stuff. I will review the pieces on a clock though, just before you leave. So, analog clock, numbers is digital. If we're looking at this clock, the longer hand or this blue hand, right, but the longer hand is the minute hand. It points to all of the minutes around the clock. The hour hand, which is the shorter hand, points to the hour, right? So it's the shorter hand, it's this red one, points to the hours, okay? A lot of you are still making your minute hands and your hour hands about the same size. You need to make sure that your minute hand is a lot longer and your hour hand is a lot shorter. Now, if you are still struggling with this and you just can't figure out how to do it because it's seesaw and you're not using a pencil and all that stuff, I get it, okay? What I suggest for you to do is to use a color for your minute hand and a different color for your hour hand. And you're gonna need to tell me, okay? So like on your activity today, if you wanna use green for your minute hand and blue for your hour hand, you need to put somewhere on that paper, hey, Mrs. Cooper, blue is minute hand, green is hour hand, or vice versa, okay? So you need to tell me that so I know what you're talking about, okay? So shorter hand is hour hand, long hand is minute hand. We've talked about telling time to the hour. There are 60 minutes in an hour. There are 60 seconds in a minute. There are 1,400, there are 24 hours in a day, and there are 1,440 hours in a week. And we talked about that. So then when we go to telling time to the half hour, don't forget as you move around the clock, minute hand points directly to the 6, which denotes 30 minutes. And then the hour hand is in between the number that it had just passed, it's half past, and then the next hour it's going to go to, but it's not at this time yet. So if it's 7:30, it's got to be halfway past 7. So it's halfway past 7 here, but it's also halfway past what was 7 o'clock because it went around the clock, and now it is 7:30. Just a little bit of review. I think you all are going to do a fantastic job. That is all I have for you for today's math lesson. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.